let's talk about Facebook, Facebook groups, Facebook ads. Um, so this took me a while to figure out. Um, so let's talk about the free advertising. Into a Facebook buy, sell, trade group or a contractor group or something like that. Um, so I have built my Facebook page for my pet waste removal business. If you want to go check it out, it's facebook.com/Derby Scoop. I upload memes, pet memes, dog memes. I've got 2,500 plus people that follow me on a daily, that they enjoy the memes. Um, that being said, let's rewind a little bit. So if you're going to do a Facebook group for your business, any type of business, there is a 80-15-5 rule. 80%, if you want people to follow you, the golden rule is 80% you want funny stuff on there because you got 3 seconds when they scroll, you got 3 seconds to catch their attention. But it takes 7 times, 7, that many, of them seeing your business name to recognize you as a business where it triggers in their head when they need your service. This can be plumbing, electrician, pest control, pet waste removal like me. So 80% just funny memes or, short, just short little videos, funny stuff about that something involves. Like with the pet waste removal, the dog poop removal, professional pooper scooper, whatever you want to call me. You go to my page. If you want to go ahead and Google Derby City Poop Scoop on Facebook, you'll find I put all kinds of funny stuff up there about dogs, all kinds of memes. Okay, so 80% of my entire page is that. Okay, because here's the thing, if somebody's constantly just seeing sales from your page, they unfollow and they never see it. So you've wasted that person. Did you get your 7 times so they know that you're even there? Or did you blow it on the 7 times that, you posted a sale or you posted this or posted that? So the 80% of content, and this has worked really well for me, and is doing the funny memes, stuff that involves your industry. Okay. The other 15% is I'll pull up links from sources that are related in my industry. From PetMD, ASPCA, the Humane Society. I'll find links and I will share them. So it's a small reader because people see it and they're like, oh, well, what's going on here? And they'll click it. And of course I give all rights to the original author of the website. It's all right there. So I don't copy infringe anybody. It's more or less just passing the information, which nobody's ever got in trouble for just passing information. I never claim any of it to be mine, so it's theirs. And then the other 5% is I will do, throw up pricing or something with sales or something like that. So what ends up happening is people like your page. They've seen you for a while. They follow you, and people are curious. So they see your company name. Mine says Derby City Poop Scoop. Well, everybody knows if you're around Louisville or anywhere around here, Derby City is Louisville, which we cover all 9 counties around here. And then they see Poop Scoop. Well, it says what I do. So in the name, I put my city and what I do. Kind of wish I would have done Louisville Poop Scoop or Kentuckiana Poop Scoop, but it is what it is. It was the first one that rolled off the top of my head. So it's 3 years later. I'm too deep now. So that being said, with your customers, what ends up happening is so people seeing you're putting memes, they're sharing them with their friends. So when they share off your page, your company name gets shared to somebody else's. So somebody else might be like, oh, what's Derby City Poop Scoop? And they'll go look at it and they're like, oh, a pet waste removal company. I didn't know we had that. Next thing we know, they're messaging us, be like, hey, like, hey, how'd you hear about us? Like, oh, well, so-and-so shared one of your funny memes and I need your service. Or it'll be 6 months down the road. And I get a lot of this. people that are like, yeah, we've been following you for like 6 months, and I keep threatening my husband that we're gonna call Pet Waste. We're gonna call you guys to have you come clean up the yard. And the husband's like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And then finally the wife's like, I let him keep trying. And then she's like, I just finally made the call. She's like, come on out here. Here's my credit card. Let's get on regular service. They've been following me for a while. They weren't a customer today, but I've planted that egg. Same way when we go to events. We don't get a lot out of events. What I get out of events is people are like, oh, that's Derby City. They scoop our yard. Oh, that's Derby City. Oh, we don't see a lot of our customers because we just deal with their yards. We're in and out. So, going to events, I don't get them today, but I've planted the seed. They see us there, and we've partnered with, Louisville Bats, Humane Society, Animal Care Society, a whole bunch of different local stuff. So we're at these events, and it's a trusted community. So we're there, and they keep seeing us. So there's our 7 times. They've seen us maybe a couple times online. I'll have people come up to me at these events and like, oh yeah, I follow your page. I love your memes. I'm like, oh cool, and I'll tell them, hey, do you need our services? And they're like, yeah, we live in an apartment, but if we ever get a house, and I've had a few that I've seen them 2-3 times at different events, and they're like, oh yeah, and they're like, we were hoping you were going to be here, and then they sign up. But so Facebook. So what I do is on the funny memes, and I do little games, like which cup will fill up first. People are argumentative. I don't know why. So I will take from my page. Now follow this. I need you to follow this. From my page, I will share that funny meme or that little interactive puzzle or game from my business page to my personal page. Because these Facebook buy, sell, and trade groups don't like businesses advertising on their pages. It's a no-no. So how I've gained a lot of my people is once it's on my personal page. Now you got to limit yourself when you do this. You can only do 2 or 3 or 4 at a time, and then you got to take a cool down for 20 minutes because Facebook will hit you up for spam and they'll lock you from sharing anything. But then you take from your personal page and you go and you click share to group and you go put it in the groups that you want to go put it in. So 9 times out of 10, normally the admins are like, oh, he's just trying to share, this is funny, or it's something related to the times or, something going on and it's just a funny meme, and a lot of the admins will approve it. Just because they like a little humor on their page to lighten up all the cells and everything. And people are, that brings people to the page. And so that's how I get around that. Now there's some people that they're like, no, they'll message me. They're like, you didn't read it? I'm like, didn't read what? It's a sales only group. I was like, it's a meme. Like, get over it. But some people are strict, like they're Nazis about their Facebook groups. But there's a million Facebook groups. Now, when it comes to actual Facebook ads, that's a whole nother story. When you create your audience, they want you to key in on words, but I've never gotten that to work. If somebody has, let me know. But what I've done, I've been able to figure out how to put a dot and say, okay, within like 10 miles of this dot, and I'll do dots in all the little areas. And that's where I'll run a Facebook ad. Now, when I run Facebook ads, I don't run saying, oh, we got these sales going on. This is our prices. Sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up. No, what I do is just saying, I've got one photo. It's got like 4 dogs taking a poop all at the same time. It says, yes, we scoop that. Has our company name and our phone number. And I just put a boost on it. And I'll spend $100 and I'll get maybe 3,000 people to look at it. And I'll get 2 or 3 calls out of it. The average customer for me, on the low end is $650 a year is what I make off them. On the high end can be up to $1,500, $2,000, depending on how many dogs they have and their frequency of service. So that is a pretty good return, but it takes you a little bit to get the right campaign. What I've done really good in is saying, now servicing, go to a meme generator on your phone and get a picture of a dog or, a happy dog running And if you go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Derby Scoop, you'll see some of them there, and it's like now servicing. And then I'll go into like an individual little small area. And so in that little bitty area, like say we have the town of St. Matthews. Well, in that little bitty town of St. Matthews, there's individual neighborhood names. And if you Google them, it'll pull up. If you type in neighborhood names in the 40217, it'll pull up the individual neighborhood names. That works really well. And I'll try to get about 6 or 7 of them on there where they're not that crammed. I'll say now servicing in these little neighborhoods. And then if I can get into that neighborhood group, I'll post it in there. If not, it'll go into a general thing, and I'll do a boosted post on that. And those seem to work really well. A little bit of work behind it. You got to find you a meme picture thing. I use it's called Pic Collage. It works really well. It has a whole bunch of stock photos, so I don't have any copyright issues because they own the photos. I paid $2 originally when I bought it to have them take their little logo off their bottom so I could have access to all the photos, and that seems to work really good. But now that I've been around for a little over 3 years now, the content on my page, as in the beginning I was just sell. And I noticed I was losing customers, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? And then I started doing some research and figured out the 80-15-5 rule. 80% funny, 15% knowledgeable. Like I even share like scooping tips and yard sanitation tips and stuff like that. Like I'm in this business to get yards clean. It doesn't hurt me if it's you cleaning it or if it's me cleaning it. I have customers that I go and I just pick up a bag out of a bucket, sanitize the bucket and equipment, put a new bag in it for them because they scoop it. But if anybody knows, dog poop smells really bad during the summertime in your trash can. You can't get that smell out. But I do have a system that I'm working with right now that we've got in trials that's doing really good. So get with me if you're interested in what that system is. It's a system you can purchase and use on your yards for yards, sanitation and deodorization. But that being said, so your Facebook is something that you want to keep lively, keep active. Somebody messages you on it, you want to message them back. They have auto replies now, and I like them. I don't like them. But I've gotten so busy that I like the auto reply. Hey, we appreciate you contacting us. If you would like a proper quote, we always ask how many dogs and what's the address, so I can come right back, because otherwise I got to type that out. So I get a lot of looky-loos. I get a lot of people that say no. But Facebook, and I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about on Facebook. There's some other stuff in there that you just really got to do due diligence, like do your research. There's books out there. I haven't paid for any of these books. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. I've done a lot of reading online. The countless stuff that just trying to figure it out. I'm to the point now I have every month I spend about $3,000 a month on marketing. And that's just in ads, and sometimes I think it's just hitting it right. It's when somebody needs your service, but you got to let them know. Remember, you got 3 seconds when they scroll through their Facebook feeds. You got 3 seconds to catch their eye. What do we do when we scroll through and we see a funny meme? We stop for a second there. Well, when you stop for a second there, you're getting, your company name in front of them. It takes 7 times for them to remember. I had one lady, she's an anesthesiologist. She said, yeah, we were sitting there talking and they were like, well, there should be a company out there, they seem like it'd be a good business idea. And then they looked poop scooping up and they found me. People didn't know. It was just a random conversation. I've had other people who are like, oh yeah, We were talking about it at lunch one day, and I was like, oh, yeah, call Derby City. And next thing I know, I'm getting a text or a phone call. And, I keep my prices out there. My competition, here's my prices. I go after value customers. So here's my prices. This is what covers a 1/4 acre of yard. This is my startup fees. These are my one-time fees. So before you ever contact me, you know exactly what you're getting into. I don't get too much flack back from people like, oh, I can't afford that. The only thing I state is, we like to look at the property on Google Earth. As long as it's an average size yard, we're fine. If it's an oversized yard, then yeah, we charge more. And I've never had anybody flack anything about it. So that's my Facebook. Hopefully that'll help you some.